What's up, everybody? We're back at it again on Durban Poison. Today, I'm back at it again with the beautiful Janis, and I'm about to do that shit. Let me do that shit again. No, it's cool.
Artist filmmaking and whatnot.
Okay, cool. So the movie we're gonna talk about today is the Joker. You wanna do that again real quick?
Yeah. Bloopers. Bloopers. Okay.
What's up, everybody? We're back at it again on Durban Poison. It's your boy, Guy, Stephen Celine. If that's your first time watching, please leave us a like and a comment, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Today, I'm back at it again with the beautiful Janis.
Hello.
And we're about to talk about Janis.
We're gonna talk about film and movies, particularly the Joker, and how it relates to psychological aspects in everyday life, like mental illness and whatnot.
Yeah. So okay. So
and
we know that
Mm-hmm.
we know that the movie's kind of old. You say
it's not even that old. This is the 2019 film. Yeah, it's not the original Joker though.
Oh, not the original Joker. We're talking about the Joker
with
from 2019
Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah.
Okay.
You cannot joke about that.
Yeah, that's not funny, Arthur. That's not the kind of humor we do on this show.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay,
But-
so hold on. Before we get into anything, I want to ask you a question. What do you think of Joaquin Phoenix acting?
I really think he did a great job. I think the whole film in general was a great film. I think the director overall really put a lot of emphasization in the fact that he was mentally challenged, but it shows why he ended up becoming the way he was, not just psychological, but because of his upbringing too.
Yeah.
So, with his relationship with his mother, his relationship growing up with friends, and just overall the relationships that he had with the people around him.
Okay, so basically you're saying that this aspect of the villain Joker that we see in the movie is based on his background and whatever happened to him in the past.
Yeah, I really don't think that he was a villain. I think he was just, I guess, challenged.
Technically, he was a villain. It was a villain that was challenged, right?
He was a villain, I guess, in the older... Okay, because if we're going to talk about the old Joker and the Batman series and the Marvel, it was about him being the villain, right? Mm-hmm. And Batman and these supernatural things, right? And that was just, more on a make-believe level, like a fictional...
version of, his character.
Compared to, I feel like the recent Joker was more on, it wasn't fictional, it was, non-fictional, it was more on a realistic...
It felt like it wasn't fictional, that's what you're saying?
It wasn't, yeah, because he didn't really have, superpowers or anything like that.
I mean, the Joker
didn't
have superpowers in the first place, even in the original, he didn't have superpowers, right? Am I wrong?
But they made up, Gotham City and, Batman, his flying car, and, it was more of a fictional, compared to the last, where it was... more everyday life, it was more on a mental psychological aspect of him, why he was the Joker.
So it was more like a human version of the story. But to me, I didn't expect that when I went to first watch the movie. I actually was expecting the original fantasy world.
Yeah, I did too, actually.
But I was very much surprised to the fact that the character was very much humanized.
Yeah. I think the whole film was humanized for sure.
Yeah,
it was a good movie because I feel like it really touched on, the psychological aspect of mental illness.
Okay, but the fact that he's I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, go.
So the fact that he's challenged, right? Does that remove the fact that he was a villain and that he killed people? Does that make him better than anybody?
But in the Joker though, the only reason why he became a villain and because he ended up shooting the guy who ended up harassing him. Mm-hmm. That was his first kill. Was the man on the subway. Those group of Caucasian males, ended up, terrorizing the woman on the train. Yeah. And he was actually the hero in that sense because he stuck up for her. And they, that's when they ended up physically assaulting him. And he had no choice but to shoot one of them. And then that's when I felt like the rage came out because he shot one in self-defense. And then he ended up shooting, killing all of them. Yeah, I killed the and then...
So did the fact that he killed somebody, brought out the killer inside of him? Or...
Yeah, it brought out the rage because I think that was the whole reason why... in that film is when he started terrorizing people and stuff and started becoming more mentally challenged just because I think he even thought like fuck I killed these three or it was two or three I think it was three, right? He killed three on the
I don't remember, but
I think he killed three and that's what sparked I feel like because after that everything just went downhill.
Yeah, everything went downhill. I mean the climax of his character is when there's gonna be like a little spoiler, is when he kills the host of the thing. That's
George Lopez.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, wait a minute.
What's his name?
George Lopez.
Who's the thing? The actor.
George Lopez.
No, it wasn't George Lopez.
Yeah. Oh no! Why would I say George Lopez? Robert De Niro.
Robert De
Niro. What the fuck? I was like, wait, what? But wasn't he in that?
No, he wasn't.
No, it was Robert De Niro that he killed.
Yeah,
why was I thinking George Lopez? No, he killed Robert De Niro. Yeah, on live though.
Yeah, and that's basically where
live,
the climax of his character start because from like there.
I'm stupid. I'm like, wait a minute. I gotta twist it.
I'm gonna put all that in there.
That's funny. Okay.
and then that's where he becomes, this villain figure. So I have another question though. So do you think that the fact that he's a killer, he's this villain with this condition, do you think that all of this chaos that he caused could have been avoided in some sense?
I think it could have been avoided from the start of when he shot the man on the train. After he shot him in self-defense, that's when they all were like, "Oh shit! Like we're gonna scatter, right?" So then they all scattered, but he ended up like really releasing his rage onto them. Like he killed the two, and then even he shot the third guy in the leg. And instead of letting him run off, he ended up shooting him like in cold blood on the stairs.
Yes. Okay. So is he a villain or?
I feel like in the sense of like he was not a villain at first because it was in self-defense and he was also protecting the woman that they were harassing on the train. They started touching her and harassing her, and then that's when he stepped in and then that's when they started fucking him up. And he was like, oh, shit, like, I'm going to pull out my gun. And the only reason why he had the gun was because his boss ended up giving it to him, right? Like, when he was working at that, it was like the bar or something. Like a comedy club. Yeah. He said if you ever need it. So I think and then those people at the bar, too, were not good people. They weren't even, on his side either. So he had a lot of rage with that. He was bullied. He was bullied as a child. His mother, So I feel like once he shot and release his rage onto those men, that's when everything went downhill. Because instead of not even turning himself in, but being like, hey, like, telling what happened, like, I was in self-defense or this and this and this, he ended up,
But at the end of the day, he still hurt people, though.
He did. That's what I'm saying. He did. But at first, it was in self-defense.
Even if it's, that only action of him defending somebody doesn't exclude the fact that his whole character, the essence of his whole character is a villain. He's villainous.
Do you think he was a villainous though, or do you think?
100% think he was.
I don't think he was a villain.
I think he was a villain that was challenged.
I think he was just mentally challenged.
Just like how people it's
so like, do you think mentally challenged people are villains?
In some sense, right? Just like what's his name? The murderer, the killer, what's his name? The serial killer, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer, yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer, right?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
I mean, the fact
the
that
Zodiac killer.
To be a serial killer, you need to have certain mental characteristics, right? So that doesn't necessarily make you a villain, but that contributes to the fact that
I think they're evil. It's evil tendencies. evil tendencies, evil actions.
Yeah, so Jeffrey Dahmer was definitely a villain, just like this motherfucker.
He was a little evil, yeah.
But like,
he was not a little. He was evil, yeah.
To me,
he was. But instead of, if we don't use the terminology evil and villainous, and it's mentally ill. They have a mental illness. It's a psychological factor in their brain that is making them do these things. And
but when you think about it, that's not necessarily people's responsibilities to care or to know about him. You know, some people can care out of compassion because they're good people, but they're not required to care about him, and they're not required to know his conditions. So that doesn't, the fact that they don't know about what is happening in his life doesn't give him the right to kill them or to make certain actions that can cause, just like you said, not to say about villainous shit.
Yeah, he shouldn't have. I think in realistic terms, if you're doing self-defense, it's like, okay, one and done. But like I said, I think it was just repressed emotions that he let out, because after that he just kind of went on like a killing spree with everything.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a little bit like the psychological side of it.
Yeah.
But as a movie, let's just say like you're watching a movie as like a viewer that doesn't know anything about mental illness. What do you think about the actual movie, the character, the filmmaking of it, and how it was made?
If let's say a reviewer was looking at it not in like, oh, they just watched the movie and they're like, oh shit, like, yeah, I think they would have seen him as like a villain for sure, like a crazy man. But there's a backstory and there's a story to why he became the man that he was the film.
That's what makes him less villainous, because the filmmaker have give him like a human side.
Yeah.
Because like we've known this character for the longest time, but he's always been the villain, so we never know anything about his backstory. We never know anything about his life.
Yeah. And that's what I liked about this film, is it kind of showed a little bit from his childhood, from the relationship with his mother, that codependency that they had, or that she had with him in particular, and overall just the life of like a man struggling with that type of mental illness, Yeah.
Okay, shit. That's very much interesting. So, let's say, okay, I'm thinking about something, right? Let's say we make a movie about every villain in fucking the history of film, okay, cinemas, and we give them like a human characteristic. It's going like it's not gonna be the same thing anymore. You feel me?
It won't.
I think it was risky to make this movie. This movie was very much risky to make, because the character was like stripped down to his essence of villain. Because like what makes a villain is the mysterious side of it. Like we don't know much about this motherfucker. We don't know much about Mojo Jojo. But we know in the beginning, though, not now.
Yeah.
In the beginning, but like we don't know much about him. Him like in the Powerpuff Girls and shit. But we know like he's villainous and everything. And Mojo Jojo, his villainous side, faded away when he started having more, lines,
but
more lights, more backgrounds, more everything. You feel me? So that strips down from the character, from his actual power, the mysterious power of villain.
But it's like, what makes a villain though? Because
maybe
anyone and everyone is a villain, like in their own way. In their own way. Someone stealing from the market, from let's say an old couple that runs a market and they steal, like that is villainous. Yeah, that's a villain thing to do. To talk behind someone's back about something, and that's being a villain. Like we're all like a villainous in our own way.
Yeah.
So it's like, what makes that person stealing a villain compared to an actual villain?
Yeah,
like,
there's no such thing as an actual villain. Like everybody has to be human before they become a villain, right? Just like this motherfucker, right? He was.
But he did.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's a human, right? And then he's made villainous action that made him like a total different person.
Yeah.
But once the villainous action takes over the good action that's in you, that's what makes you like a full-blown villain.
I think he was a good man. I don't think he was a good man.
I
think he was a good man before he repented his rage. Could he have gone to therapy and got the help that he needed? Mm-hmm. Yes. Could he have put boundaries with his mother? Yes. Could he have stuck up for himself verbally instead of physically in the sense of like everything that he was going through? Yes. But then it's like, could he have done that? We don't know, because I think he was just mentally. We don't know.
Because not everybody has the
everyone looks at that like differently.
Yeah, not everybody has the ability to like come out of like some challenging situation.
Yeah.
So in that sense, he's not necessarily a villain, but he's made some stupid ass shit that makes him a villain, and he should pay for that, and not because he's mentally challenged that he has that he shouldn't pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He should go to jail. If we in real life, he should go to jail. He should pay for that, and we should help him as much as we can to to help him with his mental illness. But to me, I think it could have been avoided, but like not avoided when it was already too late. It could have been avoided when it was a baby already. So most of us, challenges are coming from his mother, and the way he was raised. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's a human side of the Joker that most people, they know.
Well, like he could have turned himself in, and then
could have never done that. Nah.
He could have. Well, he could have been going to the police and be like, "Look, like."
I killed someone.
Yeah, but in self-defense, like this is what happened. He had a witness, the girl. There was cameras. They ended up,
Did she run away?
The girl, she ran away.
Oh, yeah, but
she ended up getting away. She ended up getting away, and then like him just. I think he really wanted was validation and attention from his mother, first of all, but also the people around him, and that's why he wanted to go on the show. And he made that big ass scene, and he ended up shooting Robert De Niro because I think he just really wanted that attention. And because he was okay with it when when they ended up taking him to the asylum, like he was fine with it. He was okay with.
Yeah, and that's very much important to talk about because even nowadays in today's society, a lot of people are like willing to do some crazy ass stuff just so they can get famous. Yeah. Have you heard about this girl that was doing like credit card scams and everything? She was doing all that just because she wanted to become, so that she wanted Hollywood to make a movie, out of her life or whatever. You feel me? And the thing about, Americans, we glamorize murder, crimes, murderers, and everything since forever, since the 20s, since Bonnie and Clyde. You feel me? So when somebody is considered like villainous, that's what intrigues us. You feel me?
No, yeah, that's what makes the film interesting too.
So what do you think about the script though? The writing.
I think the writing was great, and I think the director did a really good job with incorporating the actual script because I feel like it focused mainly on him and like it had a lot of his dialogue compared to like supporting actors and like stuff like that. It was mostly just him.
Yeah, he's been a supporting actor, that character for like a long time.
Yeah, and then I feel like it was mostly based off of his dialogue, like his story, the script. Yeah.
So have you ever? So his condition. What's his condition again? This laughing shit that he has.
He had schizophrenia, right?
No. I mean, probably but he has like a laugh. The condition that makes him laugh.
Oh. When he's nervous. When he's nervous, he starts. Yeah.
I'll look it up and I'll put it on the screen. It's like, have you ever heard of it? Because I've never heard of it.
I've been laughing when I'm nervous. Sometimes. No, it's not like that, but
it's not nervousness.
But it's not even nervous. It's just. Well, do you laugh when you're nervous?
No.
I start being like, like I'm gonna walk away, because I mean everyone handles like anxiety and like things differently. But if you're in a fucked up situation, like I probably wouldn't be laughing. But sometimes, like if someone makes you nervous, you kind of giggle a little bit. But in the sense, it just kind of I guess depending on like what.
But his condition is
looking at. Yeah, his condition
because like there's like a specific name. It's called something whatever I don't remember. And I've never heard of it before the movie. I don't even know. He really was like, ha ha ha. This is the most annoying shit.
But yeah, what'd you think about the script?
I think the writing was great.
Yeah.
I think
it was a well-written
cinematography was the best of that time, of that year. Maybe after 2017. 1917. Have you seen 1917?
1917.
You seen it?
With who? Why? I probably have seen it, but
with Sam Mendes, directed by Sam Mendes, shot by Roger Deakins. The movie about the military dude from World War One. Remember, there was like a scene was running and he got.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She don't have to describe the whole
I know.
shit.
I was like, wait a minute. Yes, I know what he's talking about. Yeah. It's because I don't like war movies.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't like war movies.
I wasn't gonna watch it. I only watched the movie because of Roger Deakins.
I watch them, but I don't even watch them. I only watch them like if I have to, or if like someone's watching them. Like my mom really likes war movies, but that's just I don't know. I try to stay away from that.
I watched the movie because
love,
of the
not war.
Just because of the cinematography and the technology.
Like that movie. What was it? Maybe.
What is it?
I don't know. It was another war movie that was really good.
A war?
Yeah, it was a really good.
It came out in 2019?
Yeah. Right?
I don't know, because the only war movie I saw was in 1917.
No, this is a different one. But there's a lot of good war movies out there. Like Inglourious Bastards. That's not a war movie, but not really a war movie. It's more of like a...
It's a gang movie. It's like a mob shit.
It's like a... Not even horror. It's like
It's mob.
It's mob. It's what was it? Action.
Yeah, action.
But it does show a little bit about the war, though. Like those.
Yeah, the theme.
Fucking Nazis.
So going back to the Joker, what was you saying about the Joker? The cinematography was good. The cinematography
it was well great. Shot. Just overall, his performance too was actually really good. Like
I feel like he's never gonna be the same person again after this role.
That's what I'm saying. Like you really have to put yourself with acting. Like you have to put yourself in somebody else's shoes that you've never stepped in before. Exactly. But you also incorporate things that you've gone through in your acting, right? So it's like, if you're going crazy in a film, it's because you're going crazy like in real life.
You have to be able to pretend.
Yeah, you have to.
If you're not able to pretend,
really put yourself in someone else's shoes that you've never walked before. Even if you have maybe tried on some shoes, but yeah, it was a pretty.
And that is exactly why I have tremendous
terrorizing. Yeah.
That is exactly why I have tremendous respect and fear for actors, good actors, because they can pretend. You feel me? It's almost like you can't even tell the difference.
Like think about like when females go ballistic in films, like they're literally going ballistic in real life. Right? Like when if I've gone ballistic or when I have gone, it's like you're not okay, dude. Like you need a couple days to recover. Like from it's just all mental too. Like it's all mental.
I'm talking about mental. I actually think that. To be a good actor, you have to have some psychological problems.
You do.
Yeah. Maybe not problems seen as society problems, the way society sees it, but you definitely need to have some type of psychological thing, to be able to pretend that that great. You feel me? Yeah. Just like Lupita Nyong'o, the year she won an Oscar, that scene.
Even grab me no soap to clean with. I stink so much I make myself gag. 500 pounds of cotton, day in, day out, more than any man here. And for that I will be clean. That's all I ask. This here, what I went to Charles for.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Is that somebody acting like that? I could never do that shit.
No, that was a great film too.
Yeah, that was a great movie. Yeah, if you talk about being like deserved for an Oscar, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio, he would have had an Oscar a long time.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because he's a great actor. He's a great mentor.
Yeah. No, he is. He's out.
Most of them, they're all crazy out here.
And he did great
actors,
with The Reverend.
You really very much have to be careful of actors because they can pretend. Yeah. So how long do we have? Chuck? 22? Oh, 2 more minutes? High school. So, that was our little talk, our little chat about the little Joker and shit. We definitely should do this more often,
Yeah, I think what we should do is like watch a movie together.
Yeah.
And then do the podcast and talk about it right after.
Yeah, so we can have our reaction.
Mm-hmm. I think we should do that.
Yeah, we're just getting started, but I think over time we're gonna have better structures and everything. We're exploring from now.
It's just criticism.
Yeah.
Direct criticism.
But
from
no
Guy and Jan.
Yeah.
From Guy and Jan.
So that was the beautiful Janis on Durban Boys. Anybody give it up?
Thank you for having
Try
me.
to give it up for Janis.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, many more episodes
Thank you.
So thank you so much for watching. If that's your first time watching, please leave us a like and subscribe to our channel. Peace the fuck out.
Bye-bye.